Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is BT. Good trying to get my tires done. My tire done. So I came here and just get into my seat. Make sure I have good tires. I wanted to talk with you guys about something that was hot. I wanted to talk with you guys. Hey, I'm going to do a two-part series about protection. Um, and I wanted to talk with y'all as a father. Um, based off the description, are you saying the father or in the home doesn't matter? It can. Well, we're gonna honestly say, and what's going on, everyone, is that uh the dad was there. The dad was there. I want to tackle it off of. I want to tackle it off of looking at how protection. I take protection as a father very seriously. My life is not mine. It belongs to that of my family. That's how serious I am about it. That if need be, I have to die. So that way, just one, one of my children or anybody in my household should live, I would have no problem doing it. You know what I'm saying? I would have no problem doing that. What's going on, everyone? Um, good shows you've been putting out, Queen Mayat. What's going on, Viper Sniper? And I'm going to cover over the home setting where Micaiah and her children, the children were coming from. I'm going to put that out there. Uh, and you set the standard. You set the standard. You know, this is very, this is very crucial. Very crucial. You know what I'm saying? Now, everybody wants to talk. Everybody wants to talk about that of the authorities, but I'm also looking at I want to look at the parents first. I want to look at the parents. I want to look at the parents on what's going on, and I'm not shifting the blame because there's nothing that could ever stop me. There's nothing that can ever stop me from laying out my life to um protecting and fighting to protect my child. That father had failed his children horribly. the father had failed his children horribly. That baby would still, that girl would still be alive. The first prime directive of a parent is the protection of our children at all means necessary. At all means necessary. And if our child is in a situation that mentally is jeopardizing to themselves, we are to step in and stop it. You wouldn't have the cops wouldn't have been there, and Micaiah's daddy had been a dad when he got there. The dad was already there. The father was there. The dad was already there. The dad was already boots on ground, and you're telling me your patriarchy, your protection as a father, you couldn't have stopped. You couldn't have stopped that child from being harmed. There was you telling me you couldn't have since the mother, the foster care mama wasn't there, you couldn't have put your child, and thank you, Queen Maya. You telling me you couldn't have put your child inside of that vehicle. Thank you, Queen Maya. There would have been nothing to stop me from grabbing my child and putting my child in that vehicle. There would have been nothing to stop me. How far were you into the system that you did not think that you could not touch or grab? I mean, your children, and that's the thing about it. Like we always hear the narrative: does the father have access to the children? Clearly, they did because the kids were able to call daddy. The one time you said, why was she in foster care? The one time, the one time we actually get a story where dad, you could have stepped in. You know, the kid said, if we call our dad, it's going to be on. If we get our dad here, so is dad going to jump in the fight and start punching and beating up women? But that's all that was there on the site were just young girls up to like, I think like 20 years old and down. You mean, dad, you couldn't handle like three girls, two girls, whoever was fighting? You mean I used to think that my voice alone as a authoritative figure, as a father, as a man, my voice alone in the presence of my people was enough to quell a storm. And it for me, I'm not speaking for anybody else, for me it's always been that. When I say stop, it stops. I don't play them games. But we see here that the protection of the narrative that's going on was not like that. It was not like that. We're seeing where doggone dude was literally just out there. Like, why did you not grab your child the minute a cop came? Why didn't you grab your child the minute a cop came? Why didn't you tell your child stop? Why didn't you get those other girls and say, hey, yo, y'all need to chill out? Y'all need to chill out, bro. Like, is it open? Is TLE open now? Like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I just need a tire change. Is it open now? Yes. Okay, cool. That's all I need. Like, see, this is the protect. This is why now. This is why. This is, brother. This is why now. This is why now you're starting to see it where you're starting to hear the women say, like, why do I need a man? This is why y'all starting to hear them say, why do I need a man? What good is a man if he ain't going to be the man in the midst of the storm? Come on now. We always hear these talking points. Well, if there's a man there, if there was a man there, if there was a man there, they would show up. If there was a man there, they would stop. If there was a man there, they wouldn't act that way. If there was a man there, they surely would have calmed down. If there was a man there, there was a man. Well, guess what? This time there was a man there. This time there was a man there that literally was bigger than everybody else. And guess what? He was not being the man. He was not being a man. This time this man was right there being a fool, kicking women and doggone helping his daughter fuel the fire that got her killed. And I know a lot of people don't like me saying that, but like I said, no, Doug, you're right. I would have grabbed my child. There would have been nothing. Listen, bro, I grabbed my child. I grabbed teenage girls before and say, "Yo, come on, let's go." Usually, if you are a dominating presence of man, thank you, Anand. He says, discipline is what makes children grow into successful humans. Children need security, love, and discipline. No, that's so true. I don't. I'm a lover. I'm a discipliner. I'm a teacher. I'm all that. Listen. I do. I'm everything. I know one thing. When I say stop, that means stop. How hard would it have been to come there, call the police yourself, and say, "Yo, like these adults are harassing and putting their hands on my child." I would have shut that down so fast. That dude was not shutting down the scenario. He was right there. And I'm sorry, but y'all better look at his background. That man is not foreign to violence. That man is not foreign to doggone putting his hands on women and children. You just saw that right there on real time. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, listen, man. Like some of these fathers, we gonna have to step it up for those of the other men. This is why no, this is why y'all starting to see where the women are saying, why do I need a man? Because if you ain't gonna be the man in the midst of the storm, don't be a man when all of a sudden you laying on top of the woman. Don't be a man when all of a sudden you trying to make some money. Don't be a man when all of a sudden you're at a convenience. Be a man 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 to 66. Be a man. My masculinity, my fatherhood does not just stop with my children. All children, I've never stopped being a parent. Even around other kids, hey, calm down, kids, chill out. Yeah, the kids might look at me, but they know, oh, wait, hold up, stop. That adult right there is not playing the games. He don't want us doing that. That father could have stopped that, bro. The minute you saw your daughter running around with a knife, why did you not grab your child? I would rather my child cut at me than go stab a girl, and then she end up going there for life. We're going. That's the protection. That's the protection that we talk about. That's what I be pushing at. We always hear these talking points of, well, you know what I'm saying, men need to stand up. Well, guess what, y'all? As men, yo, listen, bro. But I'm going to pull out that footage. I'm telling you, I'm gonna real. I'm gonna run that beam footage. See, this is why, as much as these dudes like talking about the patriarchy, they ain't talking about how that part of the patriarchy that literally that we don't want to address, the abuse part. We don't want to address that abuse part. That man ain't got no problem. If that man ain't got no problem kicking a girl in the back of the head, what if he killed that? What if he killed that woman? What y'all would have said then? The girl was already down on the ground. He gonna try to kick a girl with a boot. Had he kicked that girl and killed her, what would y'all have said then? And he was trying hard to kick that girl in the back of the head. That man wasn't holding back on kicking that child. That dude was trying real hard. Is PLE open? Okay. Oh, no, no, you go ahead, girl. I used to work at Walmart a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? That right there, what he did right there, if mind you, had the cops seen that one. So let's say take the girl. If you would have took out Micaiah and just said, literally, well, just look at the father kicking a girl in the head, he would have gone to jail. He would have gone to jail. He would have gone to jail for repeated behavior. That man has a violent history, and y'all gonna say, "Well, damn, BMT, you demonize the man." Yeah, I'm gonna demonize that behavior of the man. Listen, I'm gonna demonize that brother's behavior. I'm gonna demonize that man's behavior because you shamed fatherhood. You shamed being a man because literally you should have grabbed your child. You should have sat her down, and you should say, "Yo, we're gonna sit. I'm gonna sit right here until doggone the other parent get here. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going to leave my kid in this environment." I said, I'm going to call the police. I'm going to call CPS. Okay, so she gets removed out of that home. Okay, then see, this is the time when I always ask, how bad, this is what I always ask, how bad do you want your kids? See, that's the question y'all got to ask yourself. How bad do you want your kids? How much money are you willing to spend for your kids? See, this is why I beat back at the narrative. How bad do you want your kids? Hmm? The brother had access to getting his kid. He ain't try to get his kid. How much money? Y'all talk about buying these boats, high value, X, Y, and Z, but then you could have got your kid. You didn't want your child. He didn't want his child back. How much money would it cost to have, get your child back? Y'all can hear me? Nothing would have stopped me from getting my child. You right, Queen Maya. He was a squatter and a baby maker. He wouldn't try. He wouldn't. See those type of dudes. They only go for just dropping. He would only go for just making babies. But he damn sure wasn't good for protecting his babies. You see, that's a big issue we got going on. Don't make a baby, but you don't want to protect a baby. Are y'all back open? Okay, I'll wait by my car. No, I just gotta get a tire. Um, passenger front, the the Jeep right there. I'll wait by the car. I'll wait by the car. You want me to wait by the car? Okay. Like I'm saying, like we got a problem. See, we hearing a lot of talk about if I was dead, if I was like Western feminism. Well, hold up, dude. There was nothing of feminism stopping you from protecting your children. Mm-hmm. Yep. I gotta get that. Mhm. 10. Mhm. Yes. Do that. Oh, yo. Give me a second. So anyway, I do apologize for that. But yeah, I'm always hearing about men need to step up, men need to be men, fight and all that stuff. Yeah, you're right. You should have done that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we always hear these narratives about, well, if the man was there, you know what I'm saying, the woman will let the man be the man. Well, guess what? You had it where you little girls. No, were you talking about? Wait, are you talking about her father or her foster father at the boarding house? No, we're talking about her father who came there, that was there. The father, her biological dad that came there to go play ninja rather than play daddy. Daddy. I'm saying, that's the thing that kills me. Like, your daddy was there. Your daddy could have stopped it. You know what I'm saying, like, that's a difference. Like, she had access to her daddy. Actually, all the children had access to their daddy. You know what I'm saying? That's a that's a big issue that a lot of this. See, there's a narrative going on out there. A lot of people. Let me tell y'all a secret. Y'all stop going with this narrative that people don't know who their daddy is. There's a difference of, I don't know who my daddy is. I don't know who my daddy is. But these children, a lot of these kids, like, I always hear this story that kids don't know who their daddy is. These single mothers, no, 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 no. Stop. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Stop. We're gonna stop these lies right now, 2021. A lot of these children know who their daddy is. A lot of these children know where their daddy is. A lot of these children know socially where their daddy is at, what he does, all that stuff. Like, stop, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all right now. Y'all, we live in the social digital media age. Listen, bro. Kids are finding their kids. Kids are finding their daddy. I can tell you that right now. I got a 5-year old. She can get on Facebook right now and FaceTime her daddy. A lot of these kids know where their daddy at. The fact is, does the daddy care to go to where the child is at, or care to be in the home where the child is at? That's the question. That's the question that y'all need to ask. No, don't. No, I'm gonna tell you right now. Paternity Court. That's a TV show. I got to stop you right there, Doug. Let's not do that. I'm gonna stop you right there. That paternity court. A lot of us men, we know who our kids are. I'm gonna tell you right now. A lot of us black men, we know where our kids are at. I'm gonna tell you right now. Brothers know where we know where our kids are at. Maybe at grandma's house. They may be at church. They may be at Walmart. They may be with their mama or auntie or sister. A lot of us, we know where our kids are. Don't go off of that paternity TV court. That's TV. Real life, a lot of men know where their kids are at. They just don't. They choose not to get involved with their kids, or they choose not to pay the cost to be the father for their child. We ain't going. I got. Don't go. Anything else I got to do? Okay, let me give you the keys? All right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you right now. I can tell you right now, man. Trust and believe. I got plenty. I got plenty of churn. Plenty of churn. Y'all know me. I got children. First thing a woman do, first thing most of these women do when they get pregnant, they come tell the daddy, "Hey, I'm pregnant." First thing most of these women do, "I'm pregnant. Best of luck. Be ready. You got 9 months. Get ready. You got 9 months." So it's not like you were caught off guard, bro. You got 9 months to prepare to start learn how to be a dad. Watch a few movies. Watch some Hallmark. Go to church. Go to any mosque. Go to any study. Go start watching videos. Go read books. It's not hard to figure out how to be a dad these days. Like, honestly, you got so many examples before you. Like, what I didn't know from my father, I learned from going and sitting down and listening. The majority of it actually from there came from experience. You're right. Good teachers. See, here's the thing about it. You want to know a good teacher is looking at the people who failed. That's what I did. I didn't always have a good teacher, but I can tell you right now, watching how many times my uncles done gone to jail, I knew not to go to jail. That was common sense for me. After my uncle go to jail a few times, after a few of my family got in trouble, I knew one thing: I didn't want to go to jail. I knew I didn't want to get strung out on drugs. I knew that I did not want to put or beat on my women and children. I knew doggone well that if I make a child take care of my children, I knew what it was like to see an abusive home, but I've been inside of an abusive home. I knew what it was like to doggone be a protector because I knew what it was like to be that kid to walk across the stage of second grade, third grade, fourth grade, and you did not see your parents in the crowd, and that empty feeling of, dang, I got this AB honor roll trophy, and there was nobody there, not one time to clap and say, there's my baby, that's my child. Yeah, I had other people do that, but I wanted my parents to do that. But they were busy. But you know what? Guess what? I kept them lessons, them pains, them heartaches. See, I've been burnt by the stove so many times. I understand what I needed to do to avoid getting burned by the stone. So when it came for my kids standing on that stage, they didn't have to guess, where's daddy? But guess what? That's my baby. They waved right at me. See how I learned that lesson? My kids walked across the stage. When I walked across the stage, there wasn't a parent screaming my name. But when they walked across the stage, I was standing across the stage. I was standing there. I was waiting for them. And when I walked up there and I was hugging them when they came down off that podium. See, there's a difference. That's a difference of how I was versus how they were. Happy Sunday, Julie. Give me a second, y'all. Oh, y'all. Sorry about that. So let me get back to it. I'm gonna be honest. Makai would still no Julie. Makai would still be alive if Daddy had just been Daddy. Makai would have still been alive if Daddy had been Daddy. Micaiah would have been alive. If Daddy would have been Daddy, he would have still been alive. She would have still been alive. You know how many times I stopped my nieces and nephews and relatives from getting kicked out of school by just showing up there? You know, sometimes they say, "Hey, Mr. Johnson, if you talk to your child right now, they won't get kicked out of class." Oh, put them on the phone with me. You see how that protection works? If I'm a parent, when I need to be a parent before the situation escalates, see, there's a difference. If you call me, if you call me before the situation gets out of hand, I can stop it. If you would have called me, the first line of protection is a parent. Y'all can just keep going to the cop, but guess what? The cop wouldn't get called if daddy would. Let's say they did call. Let's say they did call the cop, but I got hands on my daughter. So do you want? So I got a question. Do y'all want better fathers? Let me ask that question. Do y'all want better fathers? I can't. So you say I can't control my daughter? You saying I can't control my daughter? I can't. I can't put my daughter in the truck with me. What kind of man am I if I can't? If you saying me, a grown man cannot, a grown man that is six something can't take my 16-year-old daughter and put her in a truck with me, or put her in a car, or literally sit her in a room with me. I don't know what to tell you. If I can't do that, if I cannot stop my child, then am I an effective parent? Am I an effective dad? If my child, so you saying if my child is acting up inside of Walmart and screaming and hollering, and I allow my child to persist and they break something or they get hurt, is that the store's fault or is that my fault for not stopping my child when they were screaming and hollering? Tell me that. You're talking to a seasoned veteran. Because when my kids start acting up, stop. Put your hands on the cart. Put your hands on the cart. My kids know to put their hands on the cart or stay by the cart. Stay close and within my range of protection. Don't move from that. See, this is the difference of me. I'm not talking out of emotion. I'm talking from experience. I'm talking from that of an experience. I've been in houses where cops were called. And all they need, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if an adult shows up or whoever the person over the house shows up and shuts it down, the cop is like, "You got everything under control." Oh, okay. They leave. Ask yourself why the woman in pink, a mother, was there to put her hands on a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, but 15-year-old. Well, then, okay, then if that mother or that woman was there to do that, if that woman was there to do that, then why could not the father that was there not have just pressed charges on that woman? If that father was there, whether y'all like it or not, some woman was going to be hurt. Somebody was going to get hurt. You good, Julie? Somebody was going to get hurt. My 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 doggone premise towards people is that literally of that of accountability of when you are a father, when you are a man, the line of duty that we have to have made ready. I was watching this dude tell two fathers to go and fight each other. And I said, wait a second, this dude, why are you telling two why are you telling two men to go fight each other? Yeah, they should just go and fight each other. So if these two men go and fight each other in the street, right? And the police show up and shoot them, what you gonna say then? You see, whenever I do something, I think of that of how's that going to affect that of my children. That's how a man thinks. A man thinks about whatever I do, how's that going to affect my people? I have $700 in the bank. If I spend it frivolously, how's that going to affect my people until the next paycheck? If I choose to go out late at night and go hang out and party and do X, Y, and Z, um, and I choose to go out and party and X, Y, and Z, but guess what? I know my kids are going to wake up early in the morning. Mama got to go to work, but I choose to go out there and party and hang with my friends and see my kids wake up. Papa, I'm hungry. Go away, I'm sleeping. Papa, I'm hungry. Get out my room, I said. Hold up. That's your job as a parent to make sure your children have food, to make sure that they're washed up, they're cleaned, to make sure that they're fresh, that they're actively busy. You take them outside to go play, or you let them go watch some educational stuff or watch some cartoon, or you go play with them. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, the selfishness of being an adult is at an all-time high. Like, when I think of stuff, I put my children before the needs of my own. The money in my wallet, see, this money in my wallet, this money in my wallet, y'all see? Oh, if my kids say they need my last dime, by God, they're going to get my last dime. If I'm a father and I'm literally there, listen, first of all, why? I'm not going to leave my kids in foster care. There is nothing, there is no way I can sit around and leave my kids in the foster care system, knowing how bad the foster care system is. There is nothing y'all could tell me that I would want to leave my kid in foster care. I would do everything within my power to get my child out, even if it means going broke, taking out a loan, selling the title to my vehicle, taking on 2 to 3 jobs. By God, my child will be back in their bed. And I've seen parents do it. So the question somebody asked the father, how bad did you want your daughter back? Or you didn't have a problem with your daughter being in foster care? Why would you want your 3 girls to be in foster care? What was going on in that home? Because see, me, if my child was in a scruffle, I'm not about to let that go down, but I'm not about listen, I'm not about if my child is about to get jumped, I'm running in there, I'm pushing kids off of my kid. I'm making sure my kid is protected. I'm scooping my baby up and I'm not about to be some goofy dude in there punching and helping my kid fight. And see, this is the thing I don't understand about adults. When y'all be helping y'all kids fight, y'all don't think that you can't be around your child 24/7. See, y'all don't think about that. See, I'm living in the real world. You can't be around your child 24/7. So after you go there and you fight with you fight your kids' adversaries. So what do you think they're going to do when your kid's going to school? What are you going to do when your kids go to school and they jump your kid at school? What are you going to do when your kid got to go you got to go to work and your kid's at the house by themselves? They already know where you live. See, this is why I'm saying the way I think like a father, like a man. There are repercussions for things. So say you go there and you help your daughter fight. What's to stop them girls from coming back? You didn't think to go file a police report. You didn't think to try to get your child out of that home. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, y'all gonna have to come better towards me, BMT, a father, about these types of things, man. You can't play these games with me, man. I would want that. I would want Micaiah. I would want beautiful. See, I know all the little. I know all the. I know all of. I know all of Micaiah's sisters. I looked up. I looked in. I looked at their stuff. I'm looking at the pain. I've seen my son about to get into a fight with a bunch of boys. Him and his friends about to fight a bunch of boys. I had to go smooth and crush that. Why don't y'all play basketball? I understand, Julie. I said, why don't y'all play basketball? And after they played basketball, they did everything they could do. They played basketball. I came back with some. I came back with some. I came back with some popsicle and chips. I said, okay, y'all play basketball. Y'all won. Y'all won. All right. Anytime y'all got some beef, we'll go on the basketball court. Winner gets popsicle. Popsicle. Next time, the winner gets McDonald's. Now the kids don't fight no more. Like, you got to start thinking of these kind of things that are going to affect your children. Like, as a parent, I can't be there. I know. Like, as a parent, we can't be there 24/7. But see, as a man, if you literally care about your doggone, if you really care about how and what affects and goes on with your child, listen, man, that baby will still be alive. That woman will still be alive. You could have gone, pressed charges, said, listen, lady, anytime you got a problem with my kid, I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna keep being here, and I'm gonna file doggone complaints. I'm gonna file reports on this house. I'm gonna put all kind of child endangerment. I promise you, I'm gonna make y'all life a living hell. You could have done that, man. He could have done that. He could have got video testimony. He could have got pictures of them girls. He could have doggone gave it to the police. He could have turned in a report. He could have doggone put up charges. I mean, you had it all, man. You could have got your children back. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard to run these things on my court, because I promise you, bro, I'm going to give that. I'm going to keep that energy. I'm going to keep that energy. Sometimes I feel like that, kid. But that's all I gotta say, y'all. Okay. Sometimes we gotta want better for our children. Any father here or man that literally, you gotta understand, like, these things happen. Like, understand, your children or the people in your household are going to deal with conflict. Just because, and I so agree with that, Anthony. Just because a man is poor, he doesn't have to be low life POS. Her dad could have been the difference between life and death, and that's the thing about it. That is honestly the first charge any father, any man in a person's life. The first charge you have is literally to be the ironclad wall. I am the, I'm there to love you. I'm there to build you. I'm there to protect you. I'm there to make sure you're safe. I'm there to make sure that you are taken care of. Listen, I got you. So when all of a sudden somebody is doing something of harm, okay, I don't have the money, but guess what? I have. If I don't have the money to be there, if I don't have the vehicle to be there for my child, guess what? I do have the mindset to be the presence. Being a dad ain't always about money. It's not always about money. Being a dad ain't always about, well, you know what? Guess what? I gotta punch my way out. You listen, bro. Listen, y'all. Man, I'm telling you right now, you can't punch your way out of every situation. That is so true, Mike. Like, see, y'all, when we like understand that I can only protect what is in within the vicinity of me. I am just one man. I am just one man. I get my topics aren't cool. I get my topics aren't what relevant, or they're not the latest sip of tea, or they're not about some swallowing of a pill or being woke or whatever type of thing of fighting the man. Listen, I am a father. I am a man. I like to have fun. I mean, I was sitting down last night with my kids playing Crash Bandicoot, talking about Mortal Kombat. Hey, Auntie Wanda, I was sitting down with my son playing Crash Bandicoot, talking about Mortal Kombat. Before then, I was sitting down with my daughters and we were doing our hair. You got to understand that the earnesty and the dignity of and honor that comes with being a father, it is an honorable thing. I get it. The issue is going to come with doggone that cop. I get it, man. Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna have to do that one, Kev. Like I get it. Yeah, I get it about the cop. But I'm definitely but right now I'm dealing with something within my vicinity of my community. I'm dealing with the father. And I would say right now, bro, you know the first thing that father said when his child was shot? Where's my phone? That man was asking for a phone rather than running to that other side of his child. So you were more worried about a cell phone than getting to your child? Where's my phone at? Where's my phone at? Man, you didn't care about your kid. You were more thinking about a cell phone. This piece of junk metal don't mean nothing to me over the life of my child. Nothing, nothing. No car, no money, no bank account, no military, no house, no women, no nothing will supersede my children's lives. Nothing will ever, every one of my children's lives, not, they are a precious gem I have been blessed to have been able to bring into this world. So when a man literally is crying out for his cell phone over that of then literally that of his child, you gotta wonder where is his mindset at? Oh, where's my phone? Where's my phone, bro? Your child just got shot, bro, 4 times, laying down, looking up at the sky. She won't ever see prom. She won't ever see graduation. She won't ever know what it's like to fill out for college. She won't ever know what it's like to have her first job. She won't ever know what it's like to get her first car on her own. She won't ever know what it's like to go get her first house, her first apartment. You didn't even think not one time as a fucking man to just run to your child's side and just hold her and say, baby, I love you. You're not alone. Your bitch ass went to go find a fucking cell phone. And part of me wants to cry for that child because that girl would have still been alive had her dad been a dad rather than be some POS. Like I say, y'all, I would ask the men, call that dad to the front of the tribunal. Call him to the front. Tie him to the post and flog him with why did you not be a dad in the midst of that hour? I know a lot of y'all would say, well, the women, the black women. Well, there was literally a black man there. Why could he not stop them? Why could he not stop them? Why could he not stop them? Why you tell me he couldn't stop or overpower a 16-year-old girl, 15-year-old girl? You tell me he couldn't overpower that 15-year-old? Somehow Micaiah, 16-year-old, could overpower two girls, but you're saying a man couldn't overpower? I got no pity. Are you right, Mike? But I'm pretty sure me, Mike, Cam, Anthony, any of us other men, Doug, Jerome, Tyrone, any of the men in the chat, any of the men in the chat, had we have been there, right? You telling me we couldn't overpower a 16-year-old little girl? What's going on, Auntie Wanda? Heck, I'm pretty sure Auntie Wanda, Queen Maya, I'm pretty sure a woman that was willing to take charge, I'm pretty sure a woman could have grabbed that girl and slammed her to the ground and held her down and said, just stay right here, baby. We got you. I've done seen that at funerals. I've done seen that at cookouts. I've done seen that in the backyard. I've done seen that plenty of times. Plenty of times. My grandma has done grabbed my uncle and held him down until whatever storm was going on in that living room would crawl down. So you mean to tell me a 65-year-old woman can stop a grown man? But you're telling me a 6'2" or 6'3" tall, over 280-pound man can't stop a 16-year-old girl? Come, brother, please do not play with my. Please don't play with my intellect. Exactly, Mike. Had any of us real dads have been there, police would never had to come. Actually, the police I got there, it's okay, we got it. Oh no, no, stay right here. Actually, I'm gonna fill out a report of harassment. This has been going on. See, I would have filled out a report. I would have filled out a report and pressed charges on them. And I said, yo, you as a foster parent, if you're telling me you can't keep these women from my child, I need to get my kid out of here. That's exactly what I'd have been like. If you cannot keep my child safe, I need to get my child out of here. I would have got my kid out of there. That girl literally, I mean, literally when the cop came up, hey, I got my kid. She's good. See right there? We good, right? Right, kiddo? I got you. I get you crying. It's okay. You can cry in my chest. I've had plenty of my young girls crying to my chest. It's okay. I get you mad. I get they got hits off on you. It's okay. I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna take you to some self-defense classes. Me and you gonna go do some self-defense classes. But I can promise you, y'all will not put your hand on my kid. If there's something where they're on top of my child, yeah, Daddy Papa Bear's going in. But I would have had my arm around my child. Say, I got you, baby. Ain't nobody gonna touch you while I'm here. They're gonna get. They gotta. They somehow they gotta get through me. You mean to tell me that when and we done seen plenty of high school videos where the boyfriend would be around his girlfriend and the girls want to jump the girl, but the boyfriend like, not today, not today. Y'all not gonna put your hand on my girl, not today. Come on, let her fight. Nah, she good. So long as that girl stayed behind her boyfriend, the other girl's gonna get to her. The other girls gonna touch her. And yes, she might be saying ha 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 ha, but guess what? She was protected. So that's how it was for me. That is the honor and the love that I have as a man and as a father. No weapon, nothing. As long as I'm alive, if listen, my child got to go down, hey, bro, you might as well go ahead and put me down too. And I stand. I'll live by that. I'll live by that. I'll go out with that Bible. No, you're right about you. You're right about the Auntie Wanda. You're right about that Queen. I know. See, we and see that's a real that's the realization that I come to terms. That's the reality that I come to terms. We all ain't on the same code. We all ain't on the same code. We all ain't running the same gauntlet. I can tell you right now, I've seen children come to school, their parents looking so fresh, that child looking like it just it crawled out of the dumpster. People say, "Well, you brought up a good point. You don't understand. What is the point of criticizing the dad? Is it not my job to chastise my own people whenever I see dysfunctional behavior? Because see, I want to put out the point that functional fatherhood is still alive. There are broken families, but there are intact families. I always hear that narrative. There are broken the black family is broken. Well, you can say, yeah, the black family is broken, but guess what? My family is still intact. Thank you. We criticize, we criticize is because if the dad had been a man doing man things, even just in that moment, nobody be dead. Very true. Everybody's criticizing the cop. Why can't I criticize the dad? The media is going to do it. I've heard there's a man right now on social media right now making thousands upon thousands of dollars criticizing women. Show me, you know what? There's a channel that has 8.7 million subscribers of an intact black family. 8.7 million. I just watched the video. It was of a man and a woman and their three beautiful children. I agree. The men here, I understand the talking points of the women, but also the men, the brothers here right now, we are right now harmonized in one accord. That literally that man was not of that of a man in that moment. That was not that of a man in that moment for his child. Because the children said it on the recording. If we call our daddy, it's gonna be popping. They didn't say, well, if we call him my daddy, he gonna shut things down. He didn't say shut things down. They say it gonna be popping. So they knew that when they called their daddy, when they called their daddy, daddy wasn't gonna come there to actually get that stuff under control. Daddy was gonna come there and probably jump in the fray. Daddy was gonna come there and not try to say, yo, stop. My father told me, you will sacrifice your blood, sweat, tears, and bone till you return to the dust, till your days are done for your child. Why do they have the phrase, and y'all tell me this, why do they have the phrase, you better calm down before I call your daddy? Why do they have the phrase, wait till I tell your father, wait till he get home? Why do they have the phrase that, do I need to call your father? Because they know if the dominary disciplinarian is informed and he gets there, things shut down. So you're telling me that literally the disciplinarian figure could not shut down that of four women. Y'all saying I'm just chastising. I didn't chastise. Did you see me chastise Beautiful? Her sister was going to Brother Rob. An amazing black man, Brother Rob. A dominary father and teacher and disciplinarian. I've been called I've been called plenty of times to war shutting down things for my children and other children. If you are that type of man, you can shut down things for other men. If you have that type of energy. Usually, whenever the mother tells the children, you better calm down, I'm gonna call your daddy, kids calm down. Usually when they say, yo, you better calm down, I'm gonna get your father, kids stop. Usually, I'm telling you right now, it's still that phrase still does work. Get your I'm gonna call your father. No, no. All the way up to young men. Young man, where's your father? Let me get him on the phone. No, you're so right about that. You're so right. You're right about that, Auntie Wanda. These men. That's why I said these new this new generation of protection. This right here. You can't talk about. We need to get the women in line if you not aligned in your position of where you need to be as a man. How are you talking about we trying to build? How are you trying to build a better woman? But if you want a better woman, then who's going to be protecting that woman and child? Who's going to be doing that? Surely can't be these new type of men. You talking about this? You want the women to get together? You talking about you want to run out the gynocracy? You talking about that you want to go battle racism? You talking about you want to go fight the imperial evils of the system? But you can't. You telling me you can't be a man and protect and be the line in the sand for your people? If you can't do that, don't have no more conversations. I ain't never had no problem talking to younger. This is the thing about it. Children, when they're around an authoritative figure that they respect, you will see the difference. That's so true, big. That's so true, brother Rob. When a man that they actually say, "Whoa, who's that?" Kids don't talk. Kids start getting quiet. Kids get quiet, but they want to know what are the actions of that man. What's he going to do? What is that one tree that we're standing in his shadow at now? What is that tree going to do? How is he going to sway in the wind? When he says stop, hey y'all chill out. Hey y'all, I want to show y'all something. Hey, I want to do something. Hey y'all want to play basketball? Y'all want to go out and play? Y'all want to talk? I want to show y'all something cool. They'll watch that man. They'll watch the action of that man. Do we need better men? Yes. Do we need better women? Yes. Do we need better agency for the family? Yes, yes, yes. Do we need to strive to be better? Yes. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Like there are good men out here that are doing and they're fighting in the line right now, man. I'm telling you right now, a lot of us who are authoritative figures as men, we felt that. One of the main things I can tell you right now that every man, if I'm wrong what I said, every man that saw what happened, the first we all said one thing. Why did you not just grab your child? How is it that somehow all the men, all the men that instantly popped in our mind, why did you not grab your child? Why would you not grab your Micaiah? Why would you not grab your daughters? You can't complain and say, well, the women are not submissive. They don't want to listen, obey. They don't want to follow direction. These women of this type of generation, they disrespectful. They're not feminine enough. Well, I got to ask you a question. You're saying that they're not feminine enough. They're not obedient. They don't listen to that of the authoritative figure of a man. But guess what? I would ask you, well, guess what? By what authority are you pushing by? But I would have no problem. Listen, I have no problem. You want to know why I know what I say is really is on point? Because even after his child got shot, that man did not go to his child. Why did he not go to his child? I was there. If like aside from some of my children that were born that I could not be there by certain circumstances, for the most part, if I could have been there when I'm there for my children to be born, but I could tell you damn well, if my kids are sick, I'm there. My kids are on there laying down on their bed sick and coughing, daddy's right there. My kids got a problem going into school, it's not hard. It was actually her sister. And that is so true. That is so true. That is so true. My child, my child is laying on the pavement. Why would I be asking for a cell phone than asking to hold my child? I would have been holding my child until EMS. My clothes would have been soaked in her blood. I would have been very vengeful. The foster care system is a very brutal one. It's a very harsh one. I would have been holding my baby, saying, "Daddy got you." I'm speaking on I would have been holding my child. Again, we all ain't the same. We're not all the same. And I know we have this thing of the angst against the cop, but I would ask this one thing. I would ask. No one can convince me that the fault doesn't lie with the father and all those watching and filming. People rather grab their cell phone than rather stop the issue. People would rather grab a cell phone, rather be helping fight rather than stop the issue. Like y'all don't understand. Maybe I'm thinking, maybe my thinking is broken or flawed these days. Because I would make sure my baby is good. I would make sure that my child is good. I don't know what y'all talking about in the chat. Y'all talking about some Kyle. Like I said, like we talk a lot about this protection piece. We talk a lot about this protection piece, right? And I would ask, where was the protection for her at the time? Where was the protection for her at the time? So this is why I'm saying that sometime now, this is why we're hearing these talking points of, well, you know, you know, when we had the talking points about, hey, like what well, if the man was there, if she had a father, if your dad, if your dad, you know, if they had a dad in the home, you're comparing yourself, you're comparing yourself with to this man. Your kids are with you. I agree with you. But the young dad was not right. Maybe he was not taught. But I'm gonna ask the question. I would ask this question right here. I would ask this question right here. Do you have to? Let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this as women. For all the women, if you can answer this in the chat, does a woman have to be taught how to nurture her child, or how to does a woman have to be taught how to breastfeed her child? I'm gonna ask that question. Do you, as women, have to be taught how to breastfeed your child? Or you have to be taught how to breastfeed? Damn, I didn't know that. I thought that was a nat instinct for a woman. Because most women I see that start, y'all might be told a little bit on how to raise the head a certain type of way, but for the most part, y'all start picking up on stuff. It's not. It's not just put the breast in the mouth. Like for me, like I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Here's a little thing. Maybe I'm a unicorn. Like for me, being a dad, there was no book for me to be a dad. There was no book for me to be a dad. I just knew to be a dad. Like I just knew my family needed food. They needed they needed clothes. I had to learn humility, sacrificing, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I was not always a good dad, and I made mistakes. I have come up short, but I started. I had to learn. Being a parent is a forever going class. It's always class. Like there are some people there are some people who never gave birth to a child or never or there are some men that don't have kids. How do they know how to take care of kids? How do they understand protecting? No, a taser wouldn't a taser is not guaranteed to stop. Like she could have got tasered and still stabbed the girl. Just being honest. Like I'm just saying, maybe I don't know. I'm willing to talk to anybody. If you're saying you're willing to talk to me about like I said, if you want to talk to me about this topic, I can put it down. But like I said, like she would have still been alive. I want to talk to anybody who has an opposing view. I will talk to you. I don't mind. You don't have to cam up. I just want to talk to y'all. I would like to understand, you know, what is it about it that literally that could have been done to prevent the cops from getting there. Like I said, like my faith still stands. That's a good point. If the officer had shot in the air, guaranteed everybody would have stopped in their tracks. That's no problem, Kev. Just let me know. We can set up something. I'm about to, like I said, I'm about to, like, I'm thinking about stepping away from talking about this stuff. Like, I'm thinking about just going into gaming and anime and comics. Like, I'm thinking about just going over there. Like, maybe I am. Sometimes I feel like I'm not needed in these type of spaces anymore. Like, maybe it's best for certain people. Like, I'm definitely know I'm an anomaly. You can't fire a gun in the air. You really can't. That's against the law. Like if you shoot a gun in the air, what goes up must come down. I get what Brother Rob is saying, but also shooting a gun in the air, or like even if you're a cop or anybody, that is a negligent discharge. Like you can be brought up, you can be fined and brought up on charge for that. But literally, if that bullet comes down and so happens to kill anybody or hit anything, yeah, your ass is going. Like like yeah, what goes up must come down. And believe it or not, that the bullets have killed people. Like they have killed people. The bullet when it goes up, it don't directly come straight back from the point where it came from. It goes elsewhere. Like it gets caught off by the wind and it starts picking up velocity. It's actually the bullet is a lot more dangerous when it's coming down because of the centripetal velocity of how it's coming down. Yeah, there's a lot of science into that. There's science into that. I get what you're saying, but literally, that's why they tell people like stop shooting in the air nowadays. Because literally, you could be hitting stuff up there in the air. There's stuff up in the air that they could hit, or literally you could be probably could, yeah, yeah. So we yeah fire Like anybody, nobody is allowed. Like we found, yeah, they show that on the Science and Technology channel. Now I get what people say. It is like but like nowadays, y'all, like on God, like I've been sitting down and thinking. Like I really been doing some soul searching. Um, like I don't even know if I even like being up in this space sometimes anymore because it's like I think the way how I talk is just not the popular opinion, and I'm tired. Like I am so tired of I'm just tired. Like I don't care anymore. Like I would care less if I go elsewhere, like and do other things. Like don't get me wrong, I'm happy I made it to 22.1, and like I said, um, I oh you got a channel, Kev? Let me know. Hell, I don't care if I'm just a co-host or whatever. I'm just tired of being that anomaly. Like like these things right here, man. Like when we talk about, like I always hear about, what about protection? What about the gynocracy? What about the patriarchy? What about the matriarchy? Like what about this? What about what? And I'd be like, well, let me tell you from that of well, let me tell you from that of experience. And it gets frustrating. Hey, Mahogany. Mahogany, I might just drop my babies off at your house, Mahogany. I might just bring the babies to your house. That you take them to the water. I agree, Mother Earth. It's just that I just don't have to. I just get tired of fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like people talk about these things, right? It amazes me the stuff that people talk about. I do real time. Placate. I don't placate these things. I'm a proud gun owner. I take care of my people, take care of my community. I have people think that I'm anti or I'm against, my people. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of stuff, man. But on that, you guys, I thank y'all for everything. Like I said, I'm probably looking at going more so into other faceted things aside from like this. We gotta go into other things aside from this. I just don't feel like it. You know, like I'm getting burnt out this year, or this I'm already getting burnt. I was already burnt out. Like there are more sexually deviant pedophiles and predators in these spaces than there are none. And it's crazy. There's not enough voices fighting and calling these things out. Like I said, man, like yo, I don't like I said, like I love my people. I love my people. I do. And I go hard. You know, but I'm also like, yo, I'm not gonna keep beating myself up trying to uh, do something, and I'm getting beat up for it or being called all kind of names and stuff like that. I don't. I normally, like I said, like I've actually been and shed blood. Like I don't talk to normally a lot of these things right here. Yeah, I do have solutions. I actually do help out with the school. I am part of the community. I do awareness. I do a lot of things for my people, for children that are in my man. I got children that are in my mind that I take care of that call me daddy. By to be honest, I have like at least about 14 kids. If I had to really think about how many kids I have like over 14 kids. I have like 14 children. My oldest kids are now in the military and at Job Corps. My oldest, my oldest are at military and Job Corps. Like my other one, they like my other one, he's getting his own apartment with his friends. Like I'm doing it, and I'll still keep doing it. Like I'm not talking about what I think. I don't talk about what I have to guess. Like you know what I'm saying? I don't mind having a conversation with people that agree or disagree, but I'm also in the same sense like, yo, like if you're not trying, like, what do you want? Like, I mean, it seems like the biggest conversations are about sex. They're about reckless behavior, complaining. Like, there's just so much negativity pumped out. Like, it's not being pushed back enough by the positivity. So after a while, it's like Queen Maya said, when I nursed my daughter, I didn't. I'm just saying, man. Like, I don't know. Like, usually, usually they usually used to do. Well, here's what I grew up. I grew up in a house where my grandma and them they were midwives, right? You know what they would do? They would doggone they would doggone get the have the child ready. They would have the child they would have the child cleaned up and in the same room with the mama, and they would sit her down. Now, what's it called? What's it called when the mother and the child are left in the room? It's like a bonding process when they leave the mama and the child in the room together, and they take the child and they sit the child on top of the mama. They'll keep a nurse close by just to make sure, but it's literally where the child and the mama are just bonding. Okay, and the thing about it is, um, bonding. Thank you, Mahogany. Like, see, the women, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's called the bonding process. That is something it's not taught to the woman. It's a Napoli kicks in where they leave the woman and the child alone. Listen, what literally the woman actually starts her emotions and her mindset start rearranging and connectively bonding with the child. It's so great. It's so amazing. The child starts trying to, for the most part, if the child doesn't have any problems, the child starts to figure out how to start to breastfeed from the mother's breast. Thank you, brother Rob. Black Panther propaganda. For a father, when a father sees, when a father, hey, what's going on? Let's see. Yeah, and actually, the process of the bonding starts to, the process of the bonding, like most mothers can feel when their child heartbeat is going. Most mothers can probably feel when their child's heartbeat is going. For the most part, they can feel that. They can feel the child, like, from what Mimi told me. She said, I could feel my babies. I can feel them pulsating in me. I was like, how can you feel a heartbeat? She said, I can feel them. They're under my rib. One's right here, and the other one's right here. That's she could literally. This one's doing this. This one right here is kicking. Like she will point out everything that was going on in there. Now, for me as a father, my initial feeling when I saw my kids, all I did was put my hand. I was scared. I was scared, but I was also in amazement watching my children. And when I would look at them, like I remember every ounce of listening to their heartbeat. I remember everything. Like if my children were to ask me, like, Dad, do you remember me? I would say, yeah, I do. I do. Like I literally my kid could fit in the palm of my hand. My children were born. And I would just listen to them. Even to I remember their smell. The most interesting thing about a a dad, want you to understand, the child will instinctively go to the father for protection if he is in the room. If you set a child in the room on the bed by the father, he or she will crawl to the protector. I'm not telling y'all what I read in the fucking book. I'm not telling y'all what I know. I could tell y'all out of every time, out of every little life that's ever laid on a bed right by me, if I laid a mom on one side and I laid a child on one side in the middle and I lay me down and I just sit there and I don't do nothing, that child will find, that child will find you. I'm not saying everybody's had that experience, but the child's curiosity for finding and being around that man, whether he be daddy, uncle, grandpa, whatever man that is literally there of a protector in that child's life, that child will go to that protector. Whether they're scared, they're happy, it don't matter. They will find that source. So I can only imagine what went through that fucking dog's mind that he could not go to his child in that moment, bro. Yeah, I'm trying not to cry, brother Rob. Like I said, bro, I don't know how some people are, but I do weep for when one of our own. I do weep for when one of our children. I do weep for one of our children died, bro. I don't know how some of these people, like I've been there. I never took enjoyment. I've done things out of necessity, but I never took enjoyment out of putting down a young life. And see, I've been there on the battlefield. But something especially hurts harder when I see a young life, die. A young life 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 die. A young li They didn't have to die. And our children are dying, especially more faster, y'all. Like we're just not. And I'm like, yo, I'm not sure if the men are getting it, bro. I'm not. I really don't think they're getting it, Rob. I don't think some of these dudes care. I honestly, I know these dudes. A lot of these dudes don't care for when our babies die. A lot of these people don't care, man. Some people just. I've seen some ugly panels where people crack jokes, just making jokes of that child dying. I was angry. I was angry. I was frustrated. I was sad. We don't know what she could have been. She could have been a doctor. She could have been a lawyer. She could have been the next president. She could have been. She could have been something great. There have been people that have come from horrible situations or backgrounds, and they have done amazing things. There have been men and women that have come from low beginnings, from the gutter, and have risen and made something of themselves or have touched other people. But I get it. I get it. Some, there have to always be blood to fuel the machine. I'm gonna go, y'all. I'm getting tired. You're right. Ain't the time for excuses or tears anymore. I started learning how to do that long ago. I remember when I got off the battlefield. When I was on that front line, I didn't cry. I would never let them see me cry. I would never cry in front of my men. I would never cry in front of my command. I would never cry in front of the enemy. I would never cry in that truck. I would never cry in my barracks. I would never cry in that shower. I wouldn't cry anywhere. And I lost many people. But then one day when I got home, I couldn't stop crying. Couldn't stop crying. I don't know how some people get through, like just feeling cold. But I guess when you're the last one left in your village, when you truly become the last one, then who gonna cry for you? You're the last one. Who gonna cry for you? Whose tears are gonna fall on your face when your eyes shut? Who gonna sing your songs to the heaven? Something for y'all to think about.